Hey, what is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, we are talking about a hot stock on the market right now, a company that a lot of people are really excited about, and that is 88 Energy, ticker symbol EEENF. Now, this is a stock that's been up over 600% over the last month. It's one that I kind of talked about last week, and since then it's up about 40 to 50%, and so I really wanted to make sure that I give a full-blown analysis on them. We're going to talk about the company profile, what they do, what some of the operations there are. We're going to look at their financials, and then we will also look at why they are just so hyped up right now. I hope you guys are excited about today's video. If you do go ahead and you take a look at your screen here, you can see that all of this information that is being talked about in this video has already been released on my Patreon about 2 hours ago. Whenever it comes to my Patreon, I post literally everything that I do as an investor, trader, and a YouTuber, from different early access links to my videos, trade alerts, daily newsletters. They give me their opinions about things. I give announcements, video schedules, portfolio updates. I mean everything. So if that'd be something you'd be interested in, definitely go down to the link in the description and check out the Patreon. Also, if you are looking to expand out into a new brokerage or start your own investment journey, I highly recommend using the referral link down below for Webull. Whenever you open an account with Webull and deposit $100, you will get 2 free stocks valued all the way up to $1,850. But with that being said, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what is going on with 88 Energy, ticker symbol EEENF. So 88 Energy is an oil and gas exploration company that focuses out on the northern slopes of Alaska. Now, as many of us do know, oil and gas is something that has been in full recovery mode for the last few months and has been doing exceptionally well, with oil prices growing dramatically. If we do take a look at the WTI crude index, we can see that since the big drop in oil that we saw in 2020, that it has been in full-blown recovery mode. I mean, considering the fact that it grew all the way up to the high 60s is absolutely insane, considering it was at negative 25 only 1 year ago. So with that being said, I'm not surprised to start to see some of these different oil and gas companies really grow, in popularity right now, as we have seen some massive recovery in this market. So whenever it comes to 88 Energy, what are they doing? What are their overall strategy, and what are they trying to accomplish? Well, the company's goal is to build a successful exploration and production company that delivers material benefits to its shareholders and contributes to the development of the regions in which it works. It aims to achieve this by targeting overlooked or emerging play types where its small team of experts can move quickly to capitalize on opportunities prior to larger industry players moving in. The opportunities the company seeks are based on robust technical evaluations together with informed socio-political decisions and cultural sensitivity in business relationships. So in order to accomplish these goals, they have 3 main projects. It is going to be Project Icewine, Project Peregrine, and the Yukon leases. I'm going to go in order of popularity and how important I think they're going to be. And first off, that is going to be the Yukon leases. Well, if I do look at the Yukon leases on their map here, as we can see, this is going to be a small piece of land located northeast to their other 2 projects. As you can see here, this was a recent award of 15,312 acres, which contains a historic oil discovery located nearby to recently commissioned infrastructure. According to 88 Energy, this is a low-cost opportunistic acquisition, and whenever they did a 3D seismic in 2018, 90 million barrels of resource were identified. So of course this is not the most, it's not hundreds and millions of barrels, but 90 million barrels, and considering the fact that this is a company who's trying to just pick up some of these smaller regions while also operating their big ones, I think this is going to be fantastic for the company, and kind of like the younger sibling of the bigger siblings here. Now, whenever it does come to the next one, I'm going to go with Project Icewine first. I think that whenever it comes to the order, Project Peregrine is just the most hyped up and I think has the most potential of the 3, so I'll talk about this one last. Whenever it comes to Project Icewine, they are the operator on a majority of 260,000 acres. Now, if we do go over to the map again, we can see that this is a very large piece of land located right in the middle of everything else. Now, whenever it comes to this project, it is at a 78% working interest, and of course you want that to be as high as possible, so that's pretty good. There's a 7 to 10 year leasehold. They receive 16.5% in royalties, and it is strategically located, as we did mention, in the heart of the play and close to infrastructure. So this is one that has performed exceptionally well. Now, the reason I say that this is number 2, even though it's bigger, and there may be a lot more operations going on within it, is that there just really hasn't been any news recently. They kind of know what to expect from this region, and so going forward, I'm not expecting anything crazy about Project Icewine to come out that'll really just shock investors or anything like that. Last but not least, we're going to go over the one that I said that I thought was the most hyped up, and that is going to be Project Peregrine. Now, 88 Energy is the 100% owner of about 195 195,000 acres of this land. As we can see here, it is located just to the west of Project Icewine. It's located pretty close in a sense, and I think that's important, of course. Now, whenever it comes to this one, it was recently acquired via an off-the-market takeover of XCD Energy Ltd. Now, following that acquisition, a $10 million farm out was completed, and then drilling is supposed to have commenced about a month ago. Well, we will go over the news right up next here, but it actually did commence, and they have been seeing some pretty interesting results. So as we can see here, 88 Energy announced that there was going to be a wire logging program at the Merlin 1 well, which of course is in Project Peregrine. It said that the program is currently underway and that preliminary results are expected over the weekend, which is supposed to be last weekend. Now, we didn't get this news, so hopefully it does come soon, but I know a lot of people are excited about it, and I think it's going to have a lot of implications about what the future of this Project Peregrine and what this Merlin 1 well will be able to provide for the company. Now, the news that the company had located hydrocarbon-bearing zones during drilling at Merlin 1 sent the 88 Energy share price soaring earlier this week. The company is targeting 645 million barrels of gross mean prospective resource at the well. So that's why Project Peregrine is something that I've said has just been such a big hyped up aspect about their business, is because people are excited about the fact that they have located hydrocarbon bearing zones. And going forward, this could provide a lot of value to 88 Energy. Now, not only is there just the Merlin 1 well in Project Peregrine, there's a second well at Project Peregrine, Harrier 1. It is scheduled to be drilled sometime next year, and 88 Energy says that it is targeting a gross mean prospective resource of 417 million barrels. So those two combined alone, just those two, equals out to over 1 million barrels in target, for what they're hoping that they will be able to achieve. And I think if they're able to do so, it will really establish themselves. This is a smaller company, and as we did say, and as we did read in their strategy, that their goal is to get into some of these very high value areas before some of the bigger players find them. And if they're able to do that, it'll establish them and give them a lot of credibility. And all of that information, on top of the big growth that we are seeing in crude oil, has really made people very, very excited about what the future of this company holds. Now, one other piece of news that we did receive recently is that the UMIAT, or it's the UMIAT, I'm not 100% sure how to say it, that oil field acquisition has been completed. This is an announcement that we did get in January that they would be doing this acquisition, but there's a lot of different conditions that have to be met in order to finalize a deal like this one, and they did just announce that all conditions have been met and they are now going into operations. So as we can see here, the UMIAT, which is located in shallow Brooknian sandstones in Alaska, is covered by 2 leases which cover a total of 17,633 acres. So this isn't the biggest piece of land. I mean, if we do go back over here, that's just going to be a little bit bigger than this one. But I think it is important that even though they do have these bigger projects like Peregrine and Icewine, I think it's important that they do continue to acquire some of these smaller ones, because those are going to add up. I mean, 90 million barrels is what they're targeting for this one, and who knows, maybe if they could do like 100 million or 90 million from the the UMIAT oil field, who knows, maybe that will start to add up and they can start to generate hundreds of millions of barrels just from some of their smaller ones, while also operating on their bigger projects such as Icewine, Peregrine, etc. So I think that they're making some great moves. Those two pieces of news are the ones that people are really excited about, and whenever the news does come out about the preliminary results from the Merlin 1 well, I think that's going to be very, very big. People are looking forward to that, and so I think if they do come out with some good news, if we do find out that they found exactly what they were looking for, then that is going to provide people with a big reason as to why we should get in. And I wouldn't be surprised to see the stock price really take off, maybe another 30 to 40% from where it is now, with great news and a good result from this preliminary drillings. Now, one thing I do want to take a quick notice of, because this is something that at first was a concern, but I had to kind of think about it in a deeper sense. At first, whenever I saw that they had a $22 million net loss, I was like, that's a lot. But we also have to consider the growth. So they were at a $36 million net loss in 2019. And then in 2020, even through the year that we saw last year, they were able to cut back on those losses significantly. And I think that's going to be important, especially going forward, that if they're able to, maybe not be in the best place financially, but they're making progress, especially making progress this fast, I think that's a great sign for this company. We have to consider that 2019 and 2020 were just simply not good years for oil. 2020 especially was not a good year for oil. So the fact that they were able to do that's important. I think going forward with this new acquisition that they had with the XCD, now that they have new operations going on as they're drilling and as they're doing all of this, I think it could be very possible that we'll start to see their balance sheet get even better. So I'm definitely definitely taking a note of these financials, but I'm not thinking about them too much until we start to get a few more results and get some more understanding of what to expect from them revenue, income, expenses wise going into the future with all of these new projects. So lastly, with their stock price, we can see that it has been on a very strong upward trend. I mean, this thing has been absolutely taking off. And if we do go up here, as we can see that within this time frame, this thing is up about like 1,500%. And within the last month alone, I mean, it has just absolutely flown. So with that being said, I think it's honestly very likely that we will see this thing continue to climb, especially if the Merlin 1 well results are positive. I think all of that information alone could send this thing up to about 10 to 12 cents. So I definitely wouldn't be surprised to see this start to grow. Now, it is up about 35% today, so it might take a little bit of a pullback, might slow down maybe 15-10%. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the month, this thing is trading well above 10 to 12 cents. And so that's kind of like my price target, my price prediction of where I think it's going. Now, I personally don't have any shares in this company at the moment, as I'm not on a broker who supports it. If I can find one fast enough, get in fast enough when the time makes sense and the money makes sense, I definitely will do so. This may have to be one I sit out because I simply don't have the right tools, the right brokerage to get in, but I do believe that this could be a fantastic buying opportunity, and I think this company has loads of potential. With that being said, again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice whatsoever. I'm simply just a dude on YouTube just trying to entertain you all, so it should be taken as entertainment purposes only. But with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy today's analysis video of 88 Energy, ticker symbol EEENF. If you guys did enjoy today's video, you can let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing down to the channel down below. If you guys do want to see more videos, I'll be posting on this channel 2 to 3 times every single day, and I hope to see you all very, very soon. Peace.